I got to give you your props because there's a conversation around mental health that's getting better in Black communities. But a while ago, you did the PTSD album and you spoke openly and honestly about your bouts with depression and mental health. Why do you feel like it's important that people, especially people of color, Black people, and in particular Black men, speak honestly and openly about depression and mental health? And have you gotten feedback from people who are going through similar things?
Oh man, that album would have me in tears to like revisit those times, to write from that perspective. You know, coming off of the War album with Duck Down, shout out to Duck Down. Guy Routier, my manager, was like, you gotta really get back in there and try and put another project out. You take too long to do projects. And I was like, you know, it would just be dope to come back with this record, personal record right after this war record, you know, with the Still Standing, and really dig into it, not just use PTSD as some shit that's floating around that people are going through, but really dig into your emotional background, let people see more into who Troy Jameson is and was. So I knew I would have to, I wasn't experiencing depression at the time of writing the record, so I knew I would have to revisit those times, and it was difficult to do. You know, it's based in me being hospitalized with the asthma and being on so many medications and cocktails of different chemicals that it just threw me out of whack. And when I was released from the hospital, you know, things that I normally would be able to cope with, I was noticing that I wasn't able to process emotionally, and took me to a dark place. Found out about what I was going through randomly by going to a dentist appointment and writing down the medications that I was on a sheet of paper, and the dentist coming out into the lobby, inviting me back into his office space, sitting me down. I'm like, this is weird. Sitting me down at his desk and saying, do you realize that this particular cocktail of medications that you're on, this one in particular, causes severe depression? And I just wanted to speak to you and look at you and actually, you know, do you realize the side effects of the medications you're on? And I fell over and bawled on the desk. And I just, all of these weights were lifted from me just from getting an idea of knowing what was causing my depression.
Wow.
Because I didn't know. And so it just, as much as you are affected by the darkness and the weight, I was also like, why? And I don't understand why this happened all of a sudden. But for me, luckily, it was the medication, and I pulled out and adjusted and got myself back. Realizing that can happen to you, I realized that some people, it may not be that simple. And when I was going through it, you know, I would call people and be like, yo, I'm not feeling correct. You know, in my community, people be like, smoke a blunt, get a beer, fucking suck it up, you know. And I was like, no. And, you know, a couple of real friends were like, yo, this is like, you need to get professional help if you're feeling this way. I can't talk you out of this. I can't talk you back to norm. If you're really feeling this way, you need to get professional help. And that was some years ago. It wasn't present time that I was writing the record, but it just made me feel like how many people may be off kilt and don't even express it. And it's been prevalent in all communities all this time, and something that we're just now becoming equipped and having the language to express and communicate what we're feeling and how to feel with it. I think we're becoming more comfortable. Like my parents and in the Black community, hardworking. I seen my father, like, you know, go to work sick at 5 a.m. in the morning every day. So you're not thinking, if you have an issue that you can't see.
That's right.
To go to your parents and be like, I'm not feeling, it's like, what are you talking about, So in that community, I think the part of the pressure comes from seeing Black parents and Black people grind through so much in our lifetimes. You don't want to talk about something that you can't physically see or to somebody, and it feels like it's a weakness. But I think absolutely we're becoming more adjusted to dealing with mental health as a primary issue.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So that's such an important point you made that I've never even thought about it on that level.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck, get it, call me young, go get it. Now you can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it. What's the word?